What is up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA Betting Podcast, episode 39. We've got it early for you on Tuesday night. Magic is going hunting with his bare hands. We're going to break down the UFC London card, headlined by Curtis Blaydes versus Tom Aspinall in the heavyweight division. But before that, as always, we are going to start from bottom to top in best fight odds order. Nicholas Dalby versus Claudio Silva. Start us off, my friend Magic.
Well, currently, I have nothing here. There are some of the prop lines are not out everywhere for every fight. I managed to get most of what I wanted, but some fights are still lacking. Like this one and the Diakese versus Haddovich fight too. This fight is kind of a pass anyway. Like I cannot blame anyone for playing Silva by submission. Like it's going to be like plus 500 if he wins. It's probably a submission early, but I feel like Dalby should have enough to keep it on the feet and win. I don't know if he's going to finish, and Dalby is kind of a strange fighter. He can produce some decent performances and tends to fuck up when he shouldn't. I don't know. It's not a fight I'm very interested in. But it's going to be funny for sure because Silva has like 5 minutes of gas. And after that, it becomes a complete meme.
Yeah, gets very sketchy. I think I think that Dalby's going to win. I'm not very interested in laying minus 250 on him. Silva getting up there in age. He never had good cardio. He throws kicks. He throws naked leg kicks from like 2 feet away from his opponent, so very easy to hit. Dalby, I'm a little sketched out on as well. He's also no spring chicken, but I do think he's a better striker. I do think he's a better cardio. So picking Dalby here in that first bout, but we'll see what happens with the odds between now and Saturday. Second fight, Mandy Baume versus Victoria Leonardo. I could kick us off here. I played Victoria Leonardo at plus 145.
Andrew just died. Andrew fucking died. He has a new computer. Sportsline is not paying him enough or what? This sucks. I don't know if he can hear me, but I cannot hear him. I cannot highlight comments. If not, I will do while Andrew comes back. Regards from Cordoba, Spain. At some point, someone is going to like stop me in the streets in Spain. I'd say, "Hey, you are Magic man," and it is going to be very awkward. But thanks, man. I guess Andrew is going to come back in a minute. I'll just address the chat. Magic Jacoby won you for it. I mean, I fucking killed the card. I think I picked almost everything. I have no bet on the fight. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, fuck you. You're still watching. You're a fan. Andrew didn't pay the bill. No, he didn't. His internet fucking sucks for some reason. But I think it's a New York City thing. Like New York isn't a very great place to live, right? On Twitter, it looks like it sucks. The Magic Show. Yeah, Ander Sanchez is fighting. Andrew got no internet. Okay, I give me a second. I don't know what we are going to do here. Ander Sanchez is fighting again in Cage Warriors. Yeah, that's right. Like this guy, Cheese Slab says in the chat. He's plus 300 against a guy that is 3-0 and has not fought absolutely anybody. And Ander Sanchez is a natural flyweight. I mean, a natural bantamweight, and he's fighting at flyweight. And this other guy is a young kid from the UK that is a natural flyweight. Ander Sanchez is going to be way bigger. I don't know. I may play him. I have to watch the tape, but I'm probably playing him. My favorite food is pizza. How many Bobby Greens on Diaz by sub? Diaz is going to die. It's going to be horrible. I cannot wait for it. Like I cannot wait for the beating Chimaev is going to beat to give Nate Diaz. Just do the show yourself. I don't know if Andrew doesn't come back. I guess I'll do the whole card myself, or maybe we do it tomorrow. I don't know. Just wait for 5 minutes, people. I don't have like manager of his back.
Sorry about that.
Man, pay your fucking internet.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. Did it X out the whole stream, or were you able to talk while I was gone?
No, I was just addressing the chat, and people are much more interested in this than the actual breakdowns. It seems.
Cool. Where did I leave off? I was talking about how I think Victoria Leonardo is the side here, but not
you said I played Victoria Leonardo plus 145.
Great. That's all the people need.
That's what you did.
No, I don't know. I mean, obviously, neither of these girls are great, but I do think that Leonardo had a pretty brutal couple of first fights in the UFC. This is her easiest matchup by far. I think she has the grappling upside. Nothing Baume does really spectacular to me. So happy to take the early line on Victoria Leonardo. Did you make any bets on this fight?
Yeah, I took Leonardo inside the distance small and Leonardo late small, 20-1, round 3. Like, I mean, let's be honest, both these girls fucking suck. It's a horrible fight. I don't really want to watch this. I'll watch it because, okay, I like MMA. I'll watch it. I'll watch whatever. But it's not a really good fight. But I feel like Leonardo can get her game going here, which is pressure, start to body lock you, start to clinch you, start to find some position to take you down and grind. And Mandy Baume is really bad, let's be real. Like, she's Euro level. She has beat bad girls, and she lost very badly to Ariane Lipski. I had Lipski to finish that fight big, and that gave me cancer. She had nothing for Lipski. And I feel like Leonardo, if she doesn't die early, which is not very possible in my opinion, because Baume is not all that, I think she's going to grind her way into more and more dominant positions as the fight goes on, and I think she's going to finish her on top late. That's my official prediction. At the current prices, I'll take my shot, but yeah, this is garbage. Like, I could fight them both same time.
Yeah, you probably could.
No, I couldn't. I probably couldn't, I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
Same time?
I mean, the first punch will need to be a good one.
Yeah.
If not, I guess they will grab me same time, right? Maybe, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure what will happen. I'll probably lose.
There's only one way to find out. Someone's got to get Mick Maynard and Sean Shelby on the phone. I'll make a couple calls.
Did you see any of the real fighters at the Madison Square Garden? And not the Madison Square Garden, the Long Island card. Like, I think Gilbert was there, Poirier was there, right?
I don't know. I saw Matt Frivola. He was in the suite with us. He said he would be happy to come on here sometime.
When you said come meet me, like you were a famous person, because you are, bro. You have to stay humble. You are losing it. Okay.
That is being humble. There were a bunch of people who were messaging me.
You say like, hey, come meet me, Andrew Gombas, big superstar. I tagged Gilbert Barnes. I was hoping Barnes was going to go there and
he didn't
call you out.
He didn't show up. So
yeah, scared probably. He was too busy carrying the carcass of his brother back to Brazil.
Dude, that fight was something else. It really was. I was like walking back to my seat and I was like, oh, it looks like Burns has him in some trouble. And then by the time I got back there, he was like half dead.
What's that?
When I was watching the Burns fight, I looked up at the screen because I was like getting something to eat, and I saw that Burns had him in a choke, and I was like, oh, like he's got him in some trouble.
It was actually insane that he got out of that triangle.
Yeah.
Maybe his knee really popped out because that triangle was like perfect. And it was a long time. You know what I mean? If the squeeze was in, that would have been finished. I had Barnes round 1. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man.
Yeah.
But he's a quitter. He didn't want it.
I was watching like, holy shit. I couldn't believe that. That was a crazy fight. That was one of the better fights like I've seen live. It was really cool.
Never in doubt, man. I was watching that with my Snell by submission ticket. I was like, no sweat. I was like, he's weathering the storm. He just died 7 times. Not a doubt in my mind he was going to shoot that takedown and ship it for the boys. That was insane, man.
That was the best of their abilities ever looked.
No, it looked like always, but he just randomly survived 7 bad situations, you know what I mean? But at the same time, and I said it here, if he grapples, inside favorite, and it felt like he could get every double leg and just run away with the fight, and the guy starts swinging because he's an idiot, as we said.
Yeah.
And starts brawling, but he got it done. So, Matt Snell, the greatest thing since whiskey, he's going to get knocked out silly next time.
Yeah, I wonder.
But that was great. Respect, great comeback.
That was a sick fight. It really was. I saw Sue saying he tore his knee or whatever before the fight.
Yeah, everyone that loses in the UFC tore something before the fight. I mean, fuck off.
Yeah. Anyway, next up, Kyle Nelson taking on Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert coming off being on the receiving end of one of the worst knockouts I've ever seen in my life, courtesy of Ilya Topuria. This should be a more favorable matchup for him. Kyle Nelson, pretty hittable. Not a spectacular athlete. Jai should have a pretty good reach advantage in there, probably the better technical striker, but Nelson can crack, so it wouldn't shock me if Jai is just messed up from that KO, but I am picking Jai to win. No bet on my end. Curious to get your thoughts.
I mean, I don't think Jai Herbert should be minus 295 against anyone in the UFC at his weight class. Like, and the guy, I mean, he really shouldn't have kicked Topuria like that. Like, why you got to disrespect Topuria like that? He he got killed. He shouldn't have like made him angry. If Topuria had followed up, this guy may be dead. That was a horrendous knockout. Like, he was dead. I legit thought he had died for a second. The way he dropped, that was insane, man. Like, I think Topuria got scared. You know, his reaction was fucking awkward. And yeah, this fight, I think, doesn't go the distance. It's a solid parlay piece. I have it in a pretty big parlay. This is not going the distance. I mean, if this goes, how does this go the distance? They are too hittable, both of them. And I played Nelson inside the distance. Plus 360, I mean, come on. Herbert has an all-time bad chin. And I have seen people say, no, Herbert doesn't have that bad of a chin. He has fought punchers, this and that. Herbert has a comical chin. Like a cusp of wind, and he does the chicken dance, like Connor said. His knockout loss against Rhys McKee in the regionals is fucking comical, man. It's a jab, and the guy dies. And he's coming off a horrendous knockout. He's coming off the knockout of the year, in my opinion. Like, if we are just talking brutality, that was insane. His chin is not going to be better randomly. It's going to be worse. That was a lot of brain damage. Dwight Grant is cut. Best day in my life. Is this real?
Yeah, what about if Arlovsky gets cut? Which would be better?
Maybe a car crash, a small injury. Nah, I'm joking. I cannot take much more from Arlovsky, man. I hope he retires soon. But yeah, I like Nelson here. Like, they are going to exchange, and Herbert cannot take it. Herbert is faster, he's longer, he's more technical. I'm not sure if he hits harder, probably with the right hand. He has a nice right hand. And I feel the guy has got a little bit disrespected in his run because he's a decent striker, he's long, he can move. He just fought good people, but he has obvious flaws as a fighter, and it's going to catch up to him every time he steps up, and every time he gets into a war. And I think at these odds, Kyle Nelson inside the distance plus 360, I think this is a must play here. They are going to swing. And Nelson probably can fuck up a couple times, maybe. If Nelson swings big with the right hand, man, and the left hook, if he catches Herbert, he's going to hurt him. So yeah, why not? I'm pretty confident I'm getting value here.
Yeah, fair enough. I've been looking forward to talk to you about this next one. We actually haven't talked about any of these fights via DM. If you remember last week, I was saying it's better when we get our genuine reactions here. How many Bobby Greens is Charles Johnson this week against Muhammad Makayev?
I have nothing on the fight, and I was like, just before we do this, for like a real long time, about 7 minutes. No, but for a real, I was thinking about Johnson by decision plus 900. I mean, that line has to be off. But I mean, he's a crafty guy. I don't like him. I don't like his style. People love him for some reason. I have seen all his fights basically in LFA and all that. I don't like him, but he's a competent fighter. He makes fights close. He's in there. He's durable. He has some power. He's slick. No, he's Yeah, he's kind of a Walmart Bobby Green. He's good hands. He's a slick, but I mean Mokaev is a monster of a prospect. But he's not as good as he believes he is. The guy acts and talks like he's the Caucasian John Jones. I mean, he could be one day, but there is a lot of work to do yet. I'm going to pass, and maybe Mokaev just runs over him because I don't think Johnson is the best anti-wrestler in the world, and Mokaev is an elite grappler and has been doing the same thing to everyone since the amateurs. Like he's dominant and getting better fast, and he has some chokes, and he's getting better at finishing the fights. But at some point during his build and his way up the rankings, somebody is really going to make it close with him or beat him, because if you can nullify his wrestling or make it just a factor of the fight and not the factor in the fight, he's going to eventually run into a fight that is close, or that he's going to get not exposed, but he's going to learn a lesson, I feel. But yeah, he's great. I like him a lot. He's just very cocky guy, like Habib said. This guy, very cocky guy.
Yeah, I think I didn't really like Johnson's grappling. Like you said, he's pretty good. He's obviously former LFA champ. He's fought in some good competition, beaten some good guys, like especially in his last fight. Makayev's super young, but his grappling, I think, is just on another level here. So I do think the wide price tag is warranted. Wouldn't surprise me if Makayev just top times him for decision or gets a submission, but Johnson's no bum, and they are giving Makayev a tough test, which is, I think, what a lot of people wanted after that quick win in his last fight. So I'm picking Makayev, no bet at the moment. Next fight, Ludovic Klein versus Mason Jones. This short notice fight got thrown together, taking place at 155 pounds. Mason Jones minus 300. Talk to me. What do we got here?
Yeah, this was a late addition to the card. There are no props for it yet, just the under, which is interesting. I think the under is going to hit. It's like minus 145. I don't hate that play. They have nothing currently. I mean, I wouldn't blame anyone for parlaying Mason Jones here, minus 300 range, because you know what you are getting with him. He's reliable to go for it. At which rate he's getting finished by fucking Ludovic Klein. I mean, cannot be very high. And if he doesn't get finished, he runs away with this fight. He can finish himself. He got great pace, great chin. He's hittable, but yeah, he has a gross grappling edge if he goes for it here. I mean, when props come out, maybe I will take some shots in this fight. I think Jones is going to submit him, but he's one of these guys that could, you know what I mean? In this fight, he could just come out and grapple fuck the guy, but he may just brutalize him. You know what I mean? Like he was doing to Alan Patrick. So yeah. It really depends on what the lines are. But yeah, I think Jones is going to run away with it. Ludovic Klein has a good left hand and a good high kick, and that's about it. The guy is a massive fraud. If he would have actually fought Topuria, that would have been comedy.
Was that supposed to happen?
They were going back and forth real hard on social media for a lot of time.
Yeah, that would not have gone well for Klein, in my opinion. I actually don't hate this matchup for Klein. I'm not as sold on Mason Jones as some people.
Don't do it, Andrew.
I don't think I'm gonna, but I don't know, man. I definitely wouldn't lay minus 300 on Jones here. I think he's hittable. He got outlanded at distance by a 145 pounder on short notice. He's definitely the better grappler here, but I do like that Klein digs for underhooks up against the fence. Like he does some things technically in the defensive wrestling department that I do like. That being said, Klein fought at 145. Jones is a solid 55er. I think he's getting better too, so I am picking him to win, but I would be a little bit wary of playing minus 300 on him. Thank you, man. This is for Chris Curtis. He saved the co-main. Yeah, we're going to touch on that one. We appreciate the donation as always. Next up, the people's main event, Mr. Finland, Makwan Amir Khani. Big dog to JSP. I could start this one off. Why is Makwan Amir Khani such a big underdog here? I don't get it. I think that this is primarily going to be a grappling fight. I'll take Makwan at those odds against JSP. JSP shoots up against the fence. He leaves his neck out there. I think Amir Khani is going to have his chances to land some chokes. I think there's going to be some good scrambles in this fight. And whether you want to make JSP the favorite or not, that's a different conversation, but I just don't think minus 200 is warranted here. You are the driver of the Mr. Finland bandwagon, so I'm assuming you're on the same side here.
Yeah, I was very surprised about this matchup, and when the lines came out, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what am I missing? Because especially after the last performance from both, I was like, Amir Khan is going to be like minus 250 here or something like that. And he was plus 200 for some time. I don't get this at all. Amir Khan should be a comfortable favorite. Everybody knows that he's my guy. I'm just talking with my brain, not with my heart. I love Amir Khan, very funny guy, very cocky guy too. Yeah, he's not going to lose to a guy that looks like he lives in a caravan anyway. Man, Mr. Finland is not going to lose to that guy. But yeah, I mean, I don't get it. What is going to stop Amirkani from grapple fucking Pierce? Because Amirkani gets you in his grappling sequences. It's not like you are big time scrambling or anything. He's controlling you. His body lock is insane. He has the best Greco in MMA, I think. He can grapple fuck anyone hard for 5 minutes if he wants. His grappling and his pace, his cardio looked insane in the Murphy fight, and Murphy's a gigantic featherweight and a great athlete, and he was getting raped. Like, yeah, he found that knee, but he was getting raped. I don't know, man. Jonathan Pierce, I really like him. Like his parking lot jitsu, like I say, I love the guy, but he does a lot of stupid things with his neck, and this is not the fight to do stupid things with your neck. Like he almost got choked out by a bantamweight last fight. That was like real close. With Amir Khan's move, like the Amir Konda. You know? I mean, everybody knows what's coming. This guy is going to try to rush and shoot and get caught into an anaconda, or he's not going to shoot. Amir Khan is going to shoot before, I mean, flying knee into clinch, into takedown. Like he does it every time. Like, is everyone retarded? He keeps doing it. Flying knee into body lock, into Greco takedown. He maneuvers, he gets your neck, and starts working the anaconda. I mean, I don't get this at all. I'm big on Amir Khan. He's my guy. He's going to win. Ship it. Take Amir Khan. Buy your wife something beautiful. He's going to win.
Love it.
Yeah, and if he loses, I'm going to say he's the side. Like people are going to do with Blaydes if he loses. Like if Blaydes comes out and loses in 10 seconds, people are he was the side. Yeah, I don't care. I made the right play. He was the side. I'm going to do this with Amir Khan. If he gets knocked out in 2 minutes and has absolutely nothing for Pierce, I'm going to do that. Yeah, unlucky. He was the side. People love doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Amir Khan here. We actually have 175 live viewers right now, which I am surprised about because we threw this together last minute. So thank you all for being here. If you can like and subscribe, we would greatly appreciate it. This is pay-per-view numbers right now. Maybe we're moving up in the podcasting world. We're gonna be challenging Joe Rogan for that #1 spot soon.
I mean, the way he's talking lately during the fights, it could happen because the guy is turning into a complete mongoloid. I don't get it.
Yeah, could certainly happen. Nathaniel Wood versus Charles Rosa, another one of your boys on this card. Charles Rosa.
It's not my boy. Come on. But I really thought he was going to take the Topuria fight.
He wanted
it.
The best part about that was we were saying it before before he like tweeted that he would take the Topuria fight. We were DMing and we are like, Charles Rosa might be like dumb enough to take this fight. And sure enough, I tagged him in a tweet and I tagged a couple people. I was like trying to get someone to do it.
He was like, yeah, let's do it. Baby.
Charles Rosa is a gamer, man. He'll fight anyone. But I do think that this is probably a difficult matchup for him. It'll be interesting to see how Nathaniel Wood looks up a weight class. Minus 600, I have no interest in it. I do think he's better than Rosa everywhere, so I'm not too interested in taking the dog shot either. Curious, do you have anything on this one?
Yeah, I think Wood has every tool to dominate this fight, unless he cannot manage the power up a division or something. But Charles Rosa is not a guy that is going to box your face off. You know what I mean? Charles Rosa is going to spam leg kicks and then he's going to try to drag you into the fucking moves like the Charles Rosa wall and start shooting heel hooks and awkward knee submissions and armbars that are not catching anyone. That's Charles Rosa fighting. I think Booth has every tool to stay safe, dominate this fight. The inside the distance decision money lines are not money lines. That lines. It's interesting to me. I mean, decision is greatly favored. Booth is a finisher, and I get that nobody really submits Rosa. It's very funny. The guys they're fucking dying, but somehow doesn't get submitted. I have this theory is that he really doesn't need oxygen in his brain. Like his brain is like this big, so he just needs this of oxygen, and he keeps alive. That's how he survives the arm triangles every fight. Yeah, it's the truth. I mean, it's science.
I think
You
you
have to
cracked the
concede
code.
that it's science. And yeah, it's a pass for me. I have full disclosure. I made a stupid 5-leg parlay when the lines came out, and I put Nathaniel Booth to win on it because it was like minus 400 or something like that, and they gave me a 5% boost on the parlay for another leg. So I was like, yeah, Nathaniel Booth, why not? But I mean, I wouldn't play him for big money. Just a pass, but I think he's going to win comfortably.
Yeah, fair enough. Next up, we have another big favorite. Mark Diakaze is taking on Damir Haddovich. I think Diakaze justified big favorite here. I think he's the better technical fighter, has all the grappling upside. We saw that in his last fight with Borshev that he is capable of landing takedowns. Haddovich, his grappling, for lack of a better term, is tragic. So yeah, Diakaze is the pick. I have no bets on the fight. Mainly, my main concern on the Diakaze side is he does seem open to being leg kicked. That's one thing Haddovich actually does. So I definitely keep my eye. I'll definitely keep my eye on that. But nonetheless, picking Diakaze, no bet on my end. Minus 350 seems about right to me. Very fraudulent. Yeah, you guys
I
got
mean,
to
I didn't track that. It's like for 90 euros. You know what I mean?
90
It's not
units.
a play that I have tracked.
90
It's like
units.
a
You guys heard
stupid
that?
parlay.
Someone
90
clip
euros can buy you the presidency here. No, not really. It's like $90.
Yeah, that's funny. What do you got for Diakaze versus Haddovich?
The Akiese should be minus 1,000. Honestly, like, what is going to stop this guy from coming out and just grapple fucking Haddovich? As you said, his grappling is tragic. Every time he fights someone that can grapple, he loses in a horrible way. And every time he doesn't fight someone that can grapple, he's in a kind of close fight. He's a funny guy. His interaction with Renato Moicano is an all-time, in my opinion, all-time interaction. Like,
That was
I wanted to fight longer. Yeah, then you shouldn't have submitted me. What a pair of mongoloids, man. They are like 70 IQ combined. But yeah, I mean, nothing is stopping the Akese from grapple fucking this guy. And the Akese has had a tendency of finding a way to lose fights he shouldn't be losing in the past, but I don't think this is the spot. Like, he had a very professional performance against Borshev last time out, and I think he knows what he needs to do here. He rolls. I was surprised by this booking. Like, this makes absolutely no sense. Maybe they want to get Diakese on a small run. You know what I mean? Like, you can sell the guy for Euro cards, for UK cards. He had a lot of hype coming into the UFC.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there. I think Diakaze gets it done. Next up, Vulcan Ozdemir taking on Paul Craig. I am going with Ozdemir here. I think outside of another Paul Craig ass pull, he should be good. Big step down in competition. If you look at who Ozdemir's fought, he's fought Dominic Reyes, Jiri, Rakic. He's just fought the best of the division. Sometimes he came up a little bit short, but he has held his own. Do think he's the better striker here, and I do think he has the positional grappling to keep this one on the feet. Paul Craig has kind of had a sick run, and honestly, if you take a look at it, it's really impressive because he really is just good at one thing and one thing only. Yeah, that's insane. That is just like crazy. I can't even wrap my head around it. I saw him lose to
he won me 4,000 in the last second.
That was insane.
That was crazy.
I've never seen anything like it in my life, but I do think this is a tough matchup for him here. So I'm going with Ozdemir. I think there's value on his current line. Do you think Paul Craig has one more ass pull in him, or do you think that Vulcan should get it done here?
I mean, first of all, doesn't go the distance. I know it's minus 300, but Paul Craig has never gone the distance in 20 fights. And the clash of styles here, a striker that is a horrible grappler against hittable guy that will strike, but is kind of chinny, but a much better grappler and a submission catcher. I don't think they are going 3. It's not going 3. I will be shocked if this goes 3.
Yeah, me too.
Like, how does a fight that goes 3 rounds between these two look?
I think maybe if Ozdemir is just scared to follow him to the ground, maybe. I don't know.
Then Paul Craig is going to walk him like a dog, like a light heavyweight Charles Oliveira. You know, you drop him, but you cannot follow him down. That's Paul Craig now. He gets up and he walks you down like a dog. I played Craig inside the distance, man. At some point, you have to give him credit. Plus 210, like, why not? Ozdemir is a white bet. And I mean, he doesn't get, I mean, he's not a great athlete. You know what I mean? You can say he's powerful and he has a lot of man strength, but he's not a great athlete, not a good grappler. I'm not really sure how the fight is going to look, but this ends up with Craig submitting Ozdemir. I mean, yeah, he finds a way. I think he can get offensive takedowns. Nobody's talking about this. Yeah, I think Paul Craig can take down Ozdemir, and if he does, Ozdemir is going to be in deep shit.
I think he has to prove that he has something for Ozdemir on the feet to be able to get a takedown. Like I don't think if Ozdemir knows it's coming, I don't think Paul Craig's taking him down.
I think he can do better on the feet than people think. Like he has got quite better at it. I mean, I know it was Shogun Rua in those fights, but Rua is dangerous. The way he strikes, the way he shoots the overhand, all that. Ozdemir is kind of tight with his boxing, not very long. I think Paul Craig can do better than people realize. And he always can pull something out of his ass. So
people are gonna think this is
he's not minus 10,000.
People are
he's like minus 1,100
because it's Andy G. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Craig's getting offensive takedowns here. I think he has to threaten something on the feet. My biggest thing is Craig's striking defense. Like when stuff gets extended, is terrible. Like he keeps his head just straight on the center line. I think it might be one of those fights that looks close for a little bit, but Vulcan catches him eventually. I do think he gets it done. Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Bro, I mean, no, it's not going to happen. Paul Craig just finds a way to do it. Like, God wills it. You know what I mean? Like, he's like fucking Richard the Lionheart. I don't know how he does it, but he does it every time. It's insane. It's fucking insane. Like, against Krylov, he was unconscious.
Yeah,
and then he had the guy in a triangle, and I was like, "Oh, great!" I had fight ends by submission. I was, "This is fantastic," because because you were fucking dead 3 seconds ago.
No,
he just keeps doing it. Title shot. It's inevitable, and he's going to submit Jiri.
If he wins this fight, I'll eat my words and I'll pay up. But I just don't see it happening. We are so close to 200 live viewers right now. I am surprised because we threw this together last minute, but thank you all for being here. We've got a lot of good fights to break down still.
It's because a lot of people were DMing me about this card because somebody said to me that last card, somebody posted it on the chat that last card on London, I won like 40 units or something like that. And my biggest card ever was in London too. I always win when they fight in London for some reason. So I hope I didn't jinx it.
Hopefully we continue that streak. 201 live viewers. Holy cow! This is something special for a fight night card. Sad that all 200 of you have to listen to us break down Molly McCann versus Hannah Goldie here. I will try to keep it to a minimum. I think McCann justified big favorite. Goldie probably won't be on the roster much longer, but I could never even dream of laying this price on McCann. I do think she wins though, and I'm really hoping for a good price to fade her in the next one. So that's all I have to say about this. What do you got?
I mean, Molly McCann minus 400. I get what you are saying. Like, she's reliable to go forward. She's durable. Not he. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. She's durable. She has a little bit of power. She's going to throw crazy shit, but I'm not sure about this minus 400. Like, Hannah Goldie is obviously on all the fucking juice. Like, she can crack a little bit. If this goes to the ground, this is predatory armbar territory for both because they suck on the ground. I don't know, man. I wouldn't parlay Molly or play her. That guy saying mid-ball by decision. I don't know, man. The line probably would be worse if she hadn't had that knockout last time. That was, I mean, I'm not going to say a fluke, but that was a fluke. Like, how repeatable is that outcome?
Not very.
But I tweeted about this. Like, I wouldn't parlay Molly, but fight doesn't go the distance. Plus 175 against two girls that are pretty raw. And Molly is fighting in London. I mean, she's going to fight the same way as last time. She got a big deal from, not a big deal, but a nice deal from Barstool. And a nice pay bump pay rise by the UFC, and she's going to go forward, try to win a bonus. She's reliable to mongoloid her way for 15 minutes. So, yeah, I don't hate a finish. I think Molly's going to win, and I won't be surprised if she finishes. I expect a decision, but I mean, the fight is a pass. I don't really want to watch this. She's not great, but she's kind of a nice character. You know what I mean? I didn't really like her, but I have listened to her talk more now because she's getting kind of famous for being Paddy's friend, basically. She's like a nice girl. Yeah, I hope he wins. Also, Hannah Goldie has an OnlyFans. Yeah, I hope Molly wins. Like, we need to bring back slut shaming.
Yeah, Molly definitely not my cup of tea, but all the power to him. Yeah, the OnlyFans fade has been good to us lately. I stupidly bet pennant last week. I shouldn't have done it.
I told you.
This guy loves Molly McCann, dude. It's so funny.
Bro, that
big
fight
kid.
looked exactly as I told you. Like, not even here, like on the DMs. That was so
Yeah.
predictable. Penny cannot wrestle. I'm
I
not
should've
trying
just-
to throw shade, you know? You got
Yeah, I
Jacoby.
should have went bigger on the over in that fight. Like, that was a stupid price.
I had Ducote by knockout on round 3, and I felt like that should have hit. Like, if she just pushes a little bit, like she didn't want. You could see it was her debut, and she was like conscious. She didn't want to fuck up, make an error, end up on bottom. But if she just pushes, Penny was out of it since minute 9 or 10. Penny was out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have 6 money line bets on this card, so I'm definitely not forcing anything on Molly McCann minus 400. I probably will have a bet on this next fight though. I have not locked it in yet, but
sorry, that's true too. Like Hannah Goldie, I think this is another big one for Combat Tits. With the Misha Tate loss, they are 1-4 since May. So this is a big one because 1-5 that would be maybe just unbeatable for the year. But if you get to 2-4, that's more manageable.
Yeah, 1-5 is pretty difficult to come back from.
Yeah, like unless you get, I don't know, some killer like Marina Rodriguez fighting against all the girls with fake boobs for the rest of the year. No, I mean actually that's pretty stupid. Someone real bad against the girls with the fake boobs, like Hannah Cyphers against all the girls with combat tits. Nah, Hannah's my girl. I hope she becomes the champion.
One day, it's inevitable.
At atom weight.
Yeah, remember who the hell did she fight where she knocked her down? I had the other girl by submission.
She knocked down pretty hard. I was on the other girl massive. She used to be the Ron Wynn's girlfriend. Yeah.
Yes.
Mallory Martin.
Yeah, Mallory Martin. I remember I was like, oh my god.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, this is not happening. Like Hannah Cyphers, this is not happening. But yeah, once she started grappling, it was an easy dub.
Yeah, exactly. Alexander Gustafsson coming back from retirement from like the 18th time, it seems like, versus Nikita Krylov. I'll start us off here. I think Nikita Krylov's probably value. Like, Alexander Gustafsson hasn't won a fight in 5 years. I think some people are kind of banking on his prime version showing up. I had Verdum pretty big against him. He's taken another 2 years off since then. Can't imagine he's gotten better at this point. Krylov has the grappling edge. He's the more active fighter. I do think he will take this one. May 2017, if I remember correctly, is the last time Alexander Gustafsson won a cage fight. So my money will likely be on Krylov. I haven't bet it yet because it seems like the line is coming in. Would definitely love like a minus 150 spot. But curious if you're hoping for one last hurrah from Alexander Gustafsson, or if you agree with me on Nikita Krylov.
I mean, Gustafsson looked horrible at heavyweight against Fabricio Verdum. I don't even remember how long ago that was. I just watched the fight yesterday. Horrible. I bet Krylov by decision. I'm betting a lot of decisions lately, and it's kind of strange. I hate watching it when I have the decision, but yeah, why not? Krylov by decision at anything over plus 300 is a good bet here. Like, he has turned into kind of a wrestler lately. I mean, he always was kind of a grappler, but he was very aggressive with the striking, very careless. He didn't manage his cardio well. I think Gustafsson is crafty enough to not get fucking mollycooked on bottom. You know what I mean? But I think Krylov can get fence control time, some top time, some entries, mat returns. Like, make the fight, you know what I mean? Not dirty, but put the pace on him. He can score on the feet too. Like people act like Krylov can strike. He can really strike. He's a good striker. Has always been a good striker, and he's a massive light heavyweight. Like Krylov is one of the biggest light heavyweights on the roster. I think this is going to look like the Krylov versus Johnny Walker fight, but without so much grappling success, just a little less. But I think Krylov is going to grapple his way to a 30-27, 29-28. I don't really think he's going to finish Gustafsson. So yeah, I took another decision. Yeah.
This is the year of decisions for you.
He fucked up last time, but if you look at Krylov versus Ankalaev, that was... Ankalaev won clearly, but that was kind of a close fight, and Ankalaev is serious shit.
Yeah,
like
Gustafsson
Gustafsson is old, and this is a big layoff, and this is a difficult comeback at light heavyweight.
Yep, we're on the same page then. Paddy Pimlet versus Jordan Levitt, the Monkey King. Is he coming through as an underdog, or is the hype train going to continue?
I'll let you start this one. I'm curious. Yeah. I'm curious about your take.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like if Levitt gets on top, he could give Paddy some issues. I just don't think his wrestling is very good, and I do think Paddy's more physical than Levitt. I thought Levitt was fortunate to win his last fight against Ogden, honestly. Like, he landed only a few head strikes, some leg kicks at range. I get it. Everyone wants to fade Paddy. I'm just not sure this is the spot. So, all in all, I'd probably say pass, but it kind of sucks because I feel like this is a hard fight to look like. I feel like Paddy will probably take this fight more cautiously. I would rather see him in like a banger slugfest, but I hope he goes out, goes for the kill. I hope he knocks Levitt out in a second, so we get a good line on Paddy's next opponent. But
how do you think the fight is going to look?
I think it's going to be awkward where like neither Levitt's kind of like pitter patter leg kicking from the outside, and Paddy's kind of coming forward but doesn't really want to engage in the grappling. I actually think there's a decent shot this fight goes to decision, but it's not a strong taker. I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's like an awkward fight, I think.
Paddy is like I cannot say 100% because I cannot control these things, but I'm like 100% sure that Paddy is going to rush him. Like try to make it a bar fight. Yeah, Paddy is a big favorite again in the UFC, which makes no sense, but whatever. He's minus 250. Levitt is plus 210 right now. Levitt by decision is plus 800. Like, hear me out.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah, that's literally the next thing I was gonna say. That's probably like
a Levitt win. What is the percentage of time it's a decision? I would say 85-90% of the time it's a decision. He's not going to knock Paddy out, and Paddy is a guy that I don't think is great, but when he loses, it's so far it has always been because he has been controlled on the ground. He's difficult to submit. He was on bottom a lot of time against Rosa, against Soren Bach, against a lot of people. He survives. He's good at surviving, but he's not great on bottom. Levitt just needs 2 takedowns to win this fight and stay on top. And Paddy is fucking reckless. He can be taken down. His chin is a little bit suspect. I don't know, man. Would I be shocked if Paddy just rushes him and knocks him out? No, because this Monkey King guy is a complete moron. He fucking sucks at fighting. But there is a path here. And I think a clear path. Even if it gets like an awkward, slow pace striking match, Paddy's like he's not really good. And this guy can spam kicks, this and that. You know what I mean? Like if Paddy comes out with a game plan against Blaydes, which he cannot do because he doesn't have those double legs, but he has some good judo in the clinch. He can probably control his way to a decision, but if he comes out and tries to put on a show for the people, like he will 100%, there's a way here. And I hate to bet on this guy because this guy is a moron. Like I hate to be betting Jordan Levitt. Like if Paddy knocks him out cold, I'm going to celebrate. But business is business. I have to take Levitt by decision plus 800, and I took it fairly big. I think this is one of the most stupid lines on the card.
Yeah, I don't think the Levitt finish is very likely. I think
like you know how this goes. If Paddy comes out and like blitzkriegs the guy and wins in 2 minutes, I'm the most stupid guy in the world. If Levitt stays on top for 10 minutes and win 29-28 and fucking twerks on him and the crowd, I'm a genius. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Next up, we've got Jack Hermanson taking on Chris Curtis, co-main event. Line is pretty much a pick'em everywhere. I'm on the Hermanson side. I bet him at plus 120. I think he should be a slight favorite here. Fought the much better level of competition, has the grappling upside, and I do like his volume on the feet. Chris Curtis is a pretty good boxer. We know what we're getting from him. We've seen a ton of him this year. And it's just one of those situations. If you told me a year ago that Chris Curtis was going to be able to pick him with Jack Hermanson, I would have probably laughed in your face. But obviously, he's a little bit better than I gave him credit for. But that being said, I do favor Hermanson here. I think he probably is live for submission. I think he's a really good guillotine. He's aggressive with his grappling. So if he does get on top of Curtis, he's not going to lay and pray. He's going to look for a sub. I think on the feet, it's pretty competitive. But yeah, I do slightly favor Hermanson. What do you got here?
Yeah, I really like Hermanson here. Like I don't really understand this line. I've been a big Chris Curtis guy so far in this UFC run. Like I bet him by knockout against Phil Hoss. I bet him by knockout or inside the distance against Brendan Allen, I think, and I bet him by decision against Rodolfo. That was so glorious. But here, I mean, it's a different fight. This is the best grappler he's faced in the UFC, in my opinion. Better than Phil Hoss, in my opinion. Phil Hoss put him down, couldn't keep him there, but on the feet, it's a different story. Hermanson is much bigger than him. He's longer, and I think people are like projecting this fight as if Hermanson cannot take him down and keep him there, he's fucked. That's absolutely false. Like if they strike, this is an honest fight.
Yep.
I favor Hermanson on the feet slightly. Like I think he can put up the volume and the kicks and the long punches and combinations, and he's a pretty durable guy. I parlayed Hermanson. Good. I would be surprised if he gets him down and just destroys the guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to finish. I think he's going to win a decision. I like Hermanson by decision plus 300. I think that's a pretty good bet here. Chris Curtis is a durable guy. He's great at not getting finished. People are acting now like he's the second coming of Anderson Silva, which he isn't. He's an undersized middleweight with good boxing, good durability, and some good grappling, but he's not elite. And his run, as I said before the Rodolfo Vieira fight, his run is very dependent on the matchups. You know what I mean? So far in the UFC, in my opinion. Maybe he comes out here and makes a statement. I don't think so. I really like Hermanson here. I think he's going to take a clear-cut decision.
Yeah, hell yeah. Love to hear it. Next up, the main event. We are going to disagree here. I like Curtis Blaydes over Tom Aspinall. Curtis Blaydes' first time being an underdog in his UFC career. That is including 2 fights versus Francis Ngannou, which obviously is crazy in retrospect, but I like Tom Aspinall. I've bet on him before. I just think that you can't cat Blaydes as the dog here, considering that Aspinall has never been deep into a fight. He's never faced a wrestler of the caliber of Blaydes. And it's not some crazy hot max bet take by me. I favor Curtis Blaydes slightly. I do think he has the cardio upside. I do think he has the grappling upside. Like there's a chance that Aspinall's wrestling is just not good. Like what if we come out here and he just can't wrestle at all? And Blaydes is probably going to look like a huge favorite. I think there's a better shot of Blaydes looking like a big favorite than Aspinall looking like a big favorite. So again, it's a slight favorite take for me on Blaydes. I played plus 120. I'd probably cap him minus 120, minus 130 in that range. But yeah, I'm on the Blaydes side. I'd pretty much play him at dog money at heavyweight against anyone besides Ngannou. So I know you like Aspinall. I'm curious to hear why.
I have no bet on the fight.
Oh.
Maybe later in the week I play something here or in another fight. I'm going to add something for sure in a couple of fights. I want to see all the lines everywhere. I like Aspinall here. I think he's going to win. As I said on Twitter, I don't get the confidence in Blaydes wrestling. We were going back and forth over this. Like, he's a guy that fucking blue Dions the bad wrestlers, and against the good guys, he's not dominating wrestling. Like, he raided Volkov, okay, but Volkov couldn't stop a fucking takedown. He got taken down 14 times. He took Shamil Abdurakhimov down, I think, 8 times. He took Junior Dos Santos 0 times. Blaydes 0 times. Daukaus 0 times. This other guy 0 times. Jairzinho Rosenstruik was a real close fight. He arguably lost. I don't think he lost, but you can argue he lost. I mean, I don't get it. People love the guy, but I think people are in love with some Curtis Blaydes that doesn't exist. It's like an idea. It's like a concept of Curtis Blaydes, but that man doesn't exist. Like, what are we seeing here? It's like, oh, he looks like he shouldn't lose. Okay, Alexander Hernandez looks like he should never lose. Like, oh, he's a machine. He has the wrestling, and then he loses. It's the same. Curtis Blaydes. Yeah,
So
I mean,
here's my thing. This is what I was saying to you on Twitter. I don't think he shoots in some of these fights unless he feels like he's in danger. Like I don't think he ever thought he was in danger against Chris Dawkins, and
like
that's why he didn't shoot. I think
he,
he knows Aspinall is a better striker than him, and he's gonna feel in danger. And if Aspinall starts jabbing him up, he's gonna shoot. Like, and if it's a close fight on the feet, he probably won't. And whether that's smart or not, it's like the Lewis fight. He was winning. He won that first round. Like he was looking like a big favorite on the feet until he got hit with a huge
yeah,
shot.
he can strike a bit. Like he's competent on the feet and he
Yeah,
can crack, but I feel like Aspinall is a much cleaner, much faster, much more powerful striker. Like I think he's going to snipe him if they strike, and
I
it's
agree.
going to happen in the first round. They are going to strike.
That's my.
And
I almost hope that they do. I almost hope they strike early and Aspinall is winning, so the Blaydes is like, all right, I'm just gonna wrestle this guy.
yeah, Blaydes start wrestling, but he really doesn't get anyone with the wrestling that is good because his shots are horrible. Like he shoots from far, far away. Like in the Derrick Lewis fight, the only thing missing was him saying, "Hey, I'm shooting" before shooting.
Mhm.
Like that was insane. Lewis has all the time in the world to uppercut him. That wasn't even fast. And like when he enters, I mean, I get that these heavyweights, but people act like he's Jordan Burroughs, and he's not a great wrestler, technically speaking. Like he fails a lot of the times to get deep on the hips, goes on the clinch fast. I just don't like the guy. I think people, as I said, have a concept of Curtis Blaydes, the great future, like the great black hope at heavyweight to dethrone everyone and Ngannou for America. But I don't think that guy exists. He's a good heavyweight. He can win. He can beat anyone on a given day, and he's more durable than people think. I think. Like he got finished by Ngannou. There's no shame in that. And one of them was like his eye was all fucked up. I think Aspinall is going to finish him. Like there is a scenario where Aspinall is the best heavyweight in the world. We don't know yet, but it's a possibility. He has to be like among the big guys. He has to be one of the most athletic white guys in the world. Over like plus 275. He's insane athletic for a white guy.
Yeah.
Like it's truly remarkable how athletic he is for a white guy. Like it's
Yeah.
insane. He's huge and he's so fast. He moves effortlessly. His jiu-jitsu, like on top, he looked insane good against Volkov. Like that was dominant. That looked like a man grappling a kid. I don't think is he going to get on top? I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if he takes down Blaydes.
That was surprising.
Have you listened to anyone say this? What if he shoots a double and puts Blaydes down? Like it's heavyweights. Like it's not like you are shooting on Frank Chamizo. You know what I mean? Like Cyril Gang was shooting on Ngannou, and if you get deep on the shot, it's heavyweights. You are going to take him down. So I don't know. That would be interesting. I have no play. I think Aspinall is going to finish him in the first round.
Fair enough. Well, we will see on Saturday. In the meantime, do you have your Lambo parlay ready?
You know what's going to happen? Aspinall is going to win in 2 minutes, and everyone is going to be like, "Oh, we didn't learn anything about Aspinall again," like they do.
I don't do that
every time. No, I think he's going to win.
Maybe.
But if Blaydes win, it's going to be fucking unbearable on Twitter. Like if he wins, I'm not opening Twitter all Sunday. Oh, Curtis Blaydes, play of the century, this and that, blah blah blah. I mean, come on, give me a break. Why are people so fucking obnoxious after the wins and the losses?
I was very humble on Saturday. I'm pretty humble guy.
No, you're not really. Like Jacoby wins, like ha 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 ha.
That's all I said. I didn't like. Oh, dude, I had like.
Stay humble, bro.
I had like a couple, probably like 100 messages, like in my replies of like why it was like such a bad take. I didn't answer any of them. I didn't talk crap. Just took my win.
A bad take about what?
About the fight. Everyone was like, "Oh, like Jung's
which fight? Which fight?"
Everyone was tweeting me like, "Oh, Jung's free money, this, that." Like, I just wasn't saying. I didn't say anything back. I was like, "All right, we'll see." But if Blaydes wins, oh, I'm not going to be humble if Blaydes wins. I'm coming.
Which Jones fight? I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
No, I meant Jung versus Jacoby.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, congratulations. I have nothing on the fight. There was a guy shitting on me on the chat because I picked Jung here. I didn't play anything on the fight, and I pretty much nailed the whole fucking card. And I mean, I felt that like the fight was playing very close and not great for Jacoby bettors, but that was very random. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean, because if that was going to play out at kickboxing range for 15 minutes, like, is
Yeah,
that
but
really a fight?
I was watching it and I was like, Jung was doing better than I expected at pure kickboxing. You know what I mean? He was kind of confusing Jacoby and then he hit him with a very awkward shot. I thought, I mean, probably wouldn't have changed anything, but I thought the stoppage was bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Jung value bet it. We didn't learn anything about Jung. It was an early.
no, bro, like, the ref stopped it because Jacoby was celebrating. Like, Jung
his
got
head
up and he
bounced
was
off
all
the
right.
canvas.
He was all right. Like, his eyes never went and everything.
I don't know.
And
He
I,
looked
I
pretty
tweeted
tough to
that, and
me.
people were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" I was like, "I don't care about the fight. I have absolutely nothing on it. I was happy that you won, but
I wish they let it go. I would have loved to see him eat a couple follow-up shots. They could have let it go all day long.
he protested the stoppage, and I think he has like he can argue that. But I mean, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah,
Jacoby is going to be now closely lined against a good light heavyweight, I feel, and he's going to
hope
lose.
so. I don't think he's amazing or anything. I just thought that was a good fight for him. Like he's what? He's like 6-0-1 in his last 7 fights in the UFC. He probably is going to be lined closely against someone good.
And I think he lost against Michal.
I'm trying to remember.
Oleksiejczuk.
Oh yeah. No, that was a
The
close
small
fight.
Polish guy with the left hand.
Yeah, I had like an absurd amount of money on it. Like, and the funniest part is I accidentally tracked 4 units on Bet MMA instead of 5, and I had 5 on whatever. The money's in the bank account. That's all that counts. Yeah, but I will continue to be humble, even though I'm just dunking.
Andrew is becoming very cocky guy, guys. Not like me. I always be humble.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. I'm in Florida right now, so I don't have access to my FanDuel or DraftKings. So I just made my Lambo parlay on Bookmaker, so it's all money lines and totals. I'll read it to you.
I'm going to give that parlay I said that I put Nathaniel Booth in it.
Yeah, do that.
That's the
You
only
wanna go first or me?
stupid parlay that I have right now.
Do you want to go first with me?
Go ahead.
Okay. Curtis Blaydes, the over in the Levitt fight, the under in the Craig fight, the under in the Amir Khani fight, or sorry, Amir Khani money line, under in the Nelson fight, under in the Silva fight, 100 to win, 12.2 thousand.
That's not bad. You can buy a Vespa with that.
Dude, you were right about last week. You were like you were gonna hit everything except Lamos is gonna submit.
Bro,
her.
that Sigma female guillotine jump. I knew that was coming, bro. That was glorious. She made me so much. She made me so much. Bro, I couldn't believe fucking Ortega. How the fuck that happened? I was counting my money. Like if Ortega submits the guy 30,000, I was like counting it. I was so sure it was going to happen, and he's on top, and I was like, yeah, here we go. And suddenly he goes like, pump. I was like, what the fuck? Did he have a stroke or something? I was so confused. That was painful. You know what I mean? If you lose it, you lose it. Like the fight plays out and you lose it. Like Glover, okay, but that was like such a letdown. I got so drunk after that. Yeah, Saturday was great.
Yeah, that's the kind of night we live for. Go ahead.
I played Jordan Levitt by decision, Hermanson by decision, Thomas Aspinall to win, Amir Khani to win, and Nathaniel Booth to win. 90 to win 24,800.
Sounds good to me. Does anyone have any questions before we sign off for the week?
Yeah, next week I don't know how we are going to do it because I won't be in the city anymore. But I guess we can like do like a live stream, just you and me, like to try if I can do it with the phone and everything. And if it's okay, I can do it from anywhere, like probably fishing because at 1 a.m.
Yeah, sounds good. You let me know. I haven't looked at any Bellator yet. Do you have anything? Lima, maybe?
This is the Douglas Lima card, right? Lima versus. I mean, I want to bet Lima. Lima is my boy at plus 160. I have looked at the prices, but this motherfucker just lets people take him down. I don't know why. Like, why do you do me to this? Why do you do this to me every time, Douglas? Like, it's painful. At some point, I was like so sure he was the best welterweight in the world. Like, he looked like the best welterweight in the world a couple times, and then, yeah, that Amosov fight was painful to watch. I felt that. I mean, great performance, but I felt the fight was kind of playing like I expected. Like I said, it would like close fight. Short was a bit bigger. Nobody could really impose themselves. Round one was very close. I thought short won round one. I saw a lot of people say Simon won round one, but 50-50 round.
Yeah.
And then I felt like the finish was very random. But okay, congratulations, Ricky Simon. Like it's a fight and he hit him very hard in the face. Okay, it's what you are supposed to do.
Yeah, no, it was great. I did feel like I thought the grappling played out exactly what I thought it would, but I did think Shore would be better standing than he was. Like that first round was pretty 50-50. I think Shore cracked him at the end, which I thought was going to give him the round, but it didn't. Second round, Simone was doing better, but yeah, I think they both have pretty bright futures in the division.
I felt like he was very too concerned about getting taken down because his 1-2 should have really done good work in that fight, in my opinion. And then in round one, Simon hit him to the body with the left real hard, and I think he kind of hurt Shore a little bit. And after that, he was a little bit wary of it. So, yeah, Hermanson was an easy play against Till. Like I don't give a fuck you are wrestling with Chimaev, bro. If Till gets on bottom of Hermanson, that's assault.
Nope. A couple people have been asking about this. I have nothing for all these. And if I do, it'll be on Patreon. If Magic has it, he'll tweet it out as always. Worth grabbing Charles now, or you think the line keeps moving for Islam?
The line is going to get wider.
Yeah, agreed.
Like it was wide for a lot of time. I don't know why people are acting like this line just came out. The line has been out for like 3 months.
Leon beats Usman in August. Do you think he can? No, I do not. I think
no.
there's no shot that happens.
Leon versus Conor, like that fight is not going to happen.
Did Magic watch? Yep, you could take this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play it. Some people DM me about the fight, and I was like, pass. I would want I kind of wanted to play Fortuna, but I knew that was going to happen. He was too old and too small. He got knocked. I mean, I watched the replay. He knocked him down in the round 4, 5, and 6. Like he was just too fast and too powerful. And Fortuna looked his age. So yeah, but somebody's going to catch Ryan real bad soon. My boy Lee is here. The fight was starting to go. Yeah, but I don't know. I think he's trolling because he's a big short guy. I think he was there with the Wales flag. You know Lee? This is Lee who was here.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I
Lee from
didn't
Barstool.
see him at the fights, but I wish I ran into those guys.
He's a big jack short guy. I don't know if he's from Wales heritage or he just likes him.
Yeah, I don't know either. Aljo TJ, good fight. Good fight.
He sucks, Aljo.
I don't know. Good question. I guess we will see.
Rahman is a bum, and there is a big chance the fight is fixed. I'm not going to bet on it.
If it wasn't fixed, like, what do you think, like, the true line would be?
Like, Rahman, you probably don't know it because you don't know anything about boxing.
Yeah, no, you want to know what I do know about boxing? This was my take right here. Hang on, someone just put it. Fuck, where'd it go?
What are you doing?
Oh, Davis smokes Garcia. That was my take on here.
I don't know. Somebody asked me this on Twitter, and I said that Garcia is much bigger than him. And Davis takes chances. You know what I mean? It's going to be Russian roulette. He's trolling, bro. Like it's Rolly Romero.
Yeah. Dude,
I was going to say that Hasim Rahman is the son of Hasim Rahman, former heavyweight champion of the world. And he just lost to the son of Tommy Morrison, who is another bum. Do you know Tommy Morrison? Tommy the gun. I mean, he's the gun in the movie only, right? The Count in the real life. I don't even remember. Yeah, he lost to Sylvester Stallone. Imagine how bad his son is. But yeah, he lost. He beat like 12 bums and then lost to this guy who is not good. No, the gym is like in Marbella, and it's like 1,000 kilometers from where I live, and it has been open for like a month. That's a good fight. Steve gets the belt. I hope Steve wins so bad, man. I want Steve to destroy Brandon Moreno. Probably will bet. I don't know. I don't know what I will bet. I want to play Steve.
Yeah.
I won't do it because it's Steve, but I'm going to cheer for him so bad. Steve is a legend.
That's your guy. I don't know who they're gonna add. They'll probably.
I don't. The UFC loves doing this thing where they get someone real big like Conor, and then they like low sell the card. You know what I mean? Because they know the numbers are going to come in anyway. I would love if they put on like a great co-main.
Yeah. Then maybe they'll do like
Aljo is same card, right? Aljo versus Dillashaw.
they're gonna do it that on
Aljo is for Islam versus the Bronx,
ooh. No,
right?
I don't know, guys. I don't know too much about who's gonna be on what card. I wish I did.
And Chimaev, people are crying about it. Like Chimaev versus Diaz is going to be a massive event, like massive
Yeah,
fight
huge.
weight. It's going to be great, and the press conference and everything. And then he's going to go out and kill Nate Diaz. Like, what else do you want? Like,
Yeah,
I'm going to love it. People are like, oh, this is a mismatch. I know this is a fucking mismatch. I
Yeah.
want it to happen. I want him to kill Nate Diaz. Like, I cannot stand the guy anymore. He's stupid. He's irrelevant. All he does is say, "Ooh, Stockton, I want to fight." Blah blah blah. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to miss him when he goes, but he's going to
I
pull
will.
out. The fight is not going to happen.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll miss Nate when he's gone.
Nate Diaz,
Yeah. He
bro,
had some fun
give
fights.
me a break. Come on.
Dude, like, I don't know. I always have a soft spot for those McGregor fights. Those were fun as hell. Like, I remember the
I hate the first
Johnson.
McGregor versus Diaz fight. I felt like that fucked up Conor so bad mentally. Like he has never been the same.
I
That
don't know.
was so stupid to accept that fight. People
Yeah,
thought he couldn't lose it. Like it's a 25-pound jump, and oh, this guy can take my punches, and and now I'm at welterweight, and suddenly he has no gas. Okay, he won the rematch clean, but that shouldn't have really happened. The Dos Anjos fight should have been rescheduled.
that would have been sick. Maybe we'll see it at some point still.
That was a great press conference and everything. Like,
Yeah.
when he dressed like El Chapo and he was
Yeah.
like trying to do this with Dos Anjos, that he was so funny back in the day.
Yeah, he was. He was I saw a picture on Instagram. He was wearing that same Versace bathing suit that I have yesterday. Copying my style.
Way to flex, but okay, Andrew. And you didn't buy that. Your girl got you that Versace robe.
Yeah. That is factual. What would
Like
happen to
people were
ODA?
saying that Conor was in camp and the guy is like
Yeah,
partying
he's
his
not
head
in camp.
out in Ibiza. He also looks on like people have been discussing if he's on the roads or not lately. He looks on roads now. Like I had my doubt, but he like you look at his Instagram, he looks like he's cycling off. Yeah, he looks awkward.
I hope he is. What would
Maybe
happen?
he comes out and decapitates Oliveira.
That'd be
People would be mad for like 6 months.
longer. I think
What
Connor
would
would have beaten RDA at the time. I don't know
I
about
think so
now.
too. I mean, he lost to Eddie Alvarez, like Javid said. Eddie Alvarez, good fighter, but haven't you seen that clip
Mhm.
from DC and Khabib? Man, they are so funny. They were so funny when they were together.
Yeah. They
Like
were.
he's like, can you please say his name again? Alvarez. Alvarez. This is that clip where he doesn't want to say Connor's name. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
DC is trying to get him to say Conor McGregor. This guy, he's like, this guy was good. He beat Alvarez. Habib is a
All
funny
right.
guy. I miss him.
Got anything else?
Yeah, nothing else. I hope we have a big card. I really like this card for betting, and I really like the next one. I think the next one is going to be an easy one. I think it can be a real big one. This one and next one. July is being a good month. It's going to be a good month. This is
Oh
going
yeah.
to be good match. This is becoming another popular sentence for some reason. I say something on Twitter and it's like trends. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
This is so funny. And now people are using this sentence all the time. Like this is gonna be good match. Like Islam Makhachev says.
Yeah.
Yes, brother, this is gonna be good match. I think this is gonna be good man.
All right. Well, enjoy your
This
trip.
is insane. Please excuse
What?
me. Loki Nate's smart. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah, we don't even have to go past.
Bro, come on. Nate he's a Mongol. Like Nate can only count to 5. Like Conor said,
That
like
was such a funny line, dude. That was the best.
that
That's
that
the
inter
golden
that
age.
interview was insane.
Yeah.
That was prime Conor. That
On
was
the Money
fun
Channel.
times.
I was on the Money
So
Channel.
yeah, catch you next week if I can actually do the podcast. I guess I will find a way You don't pay me enough for do this to find a way, but I'll find a way. I'm a man of the people.
That's right.
Stay humble, inshallah. Mashallah, brothers.
All right. Enjoy your trip. See you guys next week. Peace.